is Jasmine Jones, and I am a licensed clinical social worker, and you are now watching Black Girl, a Therapist in the Wild, and this is this little show I like to call Therapist Sips and Reviews. And today we are reviewing Abbott Elementary, Season 4, Episode 14, District Budget Meeting. And we are sipping on some Stella Rosa Blueberry. I think that's what, yep. How y'all doing? Girl, they finally did it. Somebody commented on my last one and was like, you finally did what you wanted. I was just like, because the last video I was talking about them getting married. So I was just like, did they get married? But then I watched the episode, I'm like, they finally getting a fucking therapist. And that motherfucker, and I was like, yes, bitch. So let's start from the beginning, y'all. So they go into the district annual meeting where they talking to the district about providing a budget for like certain amenities at the schools that the schools need, and the districts are assholes and they don't really give a fuck. And they barely ever, never give motherfuckers any money, right? And so Ava has scammed and shysted this golf course to provide basically most of the material items that the school needs, like, you know, the scoreboard and computers and, you know, stuff like that. And so she's more so looking for like other amenities like hot water. Why don't they got hot? You know what? I'm tired. No, but this is real life. This is real life. This is how these school districts are a lot of the times. Like, they ain't trying to rebuild these schools. They ain't trying to pour money back into these kids. Like, one of them people went up there and said that the children have no windows in their classrooms. And I'm just like, are we trying to make them insane? Like, you need sunlight. That's vitamin D. That pumps serotonin through your brain. And that's why people get seasonal affective disorder during the fall and winter months, because it's less sun that they're getting. That's why people have to get sun lamps, because the sun goes down earlier. This nigga Trump wants to make it so the sun goes down earlier all fucking year. And then R.F. Kennedy Jr.'s first thing that he wants to do while he's in office for the healthcare position or whatever the fuck he's doing is he wants to get rid of antidepressants. These motherfuckers are orchestrating for all of us to go crazy and chaos to ensue because they don't give a fuck. Anyways, so we start off with Janine and Gregory just being so cute. And they're putting up their Valentine's Day stuff on the wall for the students. And then they playing with Barbara like they don't know that it's about to be Valentine's Day. And I thought that was cute. And then she go like they talking about how because the district scheduled the thing on Valentine's Day that basically they're just gonna have a quiet evening at home and, you know, like watch rom-coms and be cute and shit. And then Janine talking about, oh, well, you know, you ain't gotta be too fancy, like, you know, I'm cool with a hamburger, you know, like, and he's like, we can get you a hamburger. And she just looks up at him and she goes, he's a provider. And somebody on Instagram was talking about how this is the evolution of he got money, bitch. And I was like, yes, bitch. He's a provider, y'all. He provides, bitch, because in your 20s, it's he got money, ho. But in your 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s, it's he's a provider, ho. Because in your 20s, where this is new adulthood, we're just fucking around and we don't know nothing about being an adult. And so he got money, bitch. But in your 30s and 40s, we need something substantial because maybe we want to buy a house one day. I don't know they budget, but they might, maybe, or at least a 2-bedroom apartment. Hey, shut up. It was so cute. I done seen a horse fly. I done seen a dragon fly. But I ain't never seen an elephant fly, my nigga. Like, I ain't never seen a black man with this much emotional intelligence. And I just... whoo, shit. It makes you want to swoon. And you see, watch Gregory's face when she says he's a provider. He looks so proud. I'm like, he's proud. He's proud to provide. I'm like, what? Where are these niggas at? I'm just like, do they exist? Are they, you know, fanciful creatures that only live in the television? And I was watching the Donna Summers documentary, and this is no shade to Donna Summers or family or nothing. I mean, it's the same thing with Diana Ross. Like, literally, These folks had babies with white people, whose kids then had babies with white people, and now their grandchildren looks like blonde-haired and blue-eyed. And I'm just like, I know we need to go where the love is, but I don't like. Somebody said on TikTok, that this TikTok video that I was watching one day, he was like, I don't look up from my deathbed to be surrounded by white folks, little white great grandchildren and things like that say the word nigga, and then when see people start to talk shit, be like, well, my great grandmother was like they do now. Like, I have 1% Cherokee. Like, nigga, what is you talking about? And I'm just like, if you choose that, that's fine. I'm not judging the choice. You need to go where the love is. Like, black men ain't checking for black women, but to see the elephant fly and see what it could be, bitch, this shit is fucking with me. The elephant is flying and I'm just watching it circle me and be like, what the fuck is that? So watching this show just makes me be like, they can be like this, like black men, they can be this emotionally and just be calm and cool and collected about it and show up for black women. And, you know, like, this shit is crazy. Like, this could actually happen in real, wow. Like, even relationships that I know with a black man and a black woman, they ain't like this. Relationships I grew up with in my own family with black men and black women, they are not like this. The man is not giving so much emotional room and space for the black woman to just emote and be and live, and acceptance and being able to see her and understand her, while she in reverse does the same. To see that she's neurotic and she got like all this anxiety, and just to be her fucking peace so she can be your peace. Like, I done seen a horse fly, a dragon fly, but I ain't never, ever, ever seen an elephant fly, my nigga. Like, God bless. God bless this show. God bless this show for showing us what it could look like for these niggas to love us and be emotionally intelligent and soothe us when we're going through things and care for us. And shit, it's so magical. And so anyways, you know, they go to the district, and like Barbara creates this district bingo thing. Like, I don't know if there's a prize. Is there a prize? Who knows? She goes to the district. They go to the district, and she creates this district bingo thing. So they're playing this game all day of what are some common things that happen at this district budget meeting and shit like that. And so they're doing that. And while they're doing that, Gregory goes and gets some smoothies, right? And while he's getting smoothies, they had renamed the smoothies different names for Valentine's Day. So one of the smoothies involves the phrase, I love you, right? So he's on the phone with Janine, like he like sends her a voice message to ask her like what's in her smoothie, because they named the smoothies different, right? But then he was like, no, I'll just surprise you. And then he says, I love you, when he gets off the phone, and she's just like, what? But it was like the blender was going in the background, so she wasn't sure that's what he said. So she's taking the phone around everywhere. She takes it to Barbara, and Barbara's just like, it sounds like he said I love food. But then she was like, he doesn't love food. Maybe he said I love boots. And he was like, what kind of shoes is he wearing today? And so she's not sure, but she really thinks he said I love you. And so she like, he comes back with the smoothies, and this nigga is saying I love you every 5 seconds. I swear he is. He's saying Barbara's smoothie's name was I love you, which was the first thing he said, which devastated Janine. You can see it in her face. And then he's just randomly saying, oh, I love this and I love that. And at first you can't clock it because his voice is so monotone and he doesn't sound anxious. But when you repeat shit like that over and over and over again, that's anxiety. You know what you said, and you know she heard it, and you was anxious, and that's why you kept trying to connotate it with a bunch of random other shit and stuff like that. But it wasn't in a malicious way, because he wanted to tell her later on for Valentine's Day, and so he kind of told her ahead of time. And so she's like crashing out and shit, walking around trying to figure out what he said and all this other shit. So at the end, after everything is said and done with the district stuff, we'll get to the other characters later, but they're so cute. I don't care. We're gonna start off with them. Magical. At the end, she just confronts him and says it. Like, and I just felt so much. They communicate so fucking well because you know how we are as women. We'll sit on some shit because we're scared of how the man will react. But because she's so used to him being straightforward and answering her fucking question truthfully and not beating around the bush or making up shit or being nervous, she just says, "Oh, you know, because I thought you said I love you, but you was talking about the drink." And then he just like in the middle of her sentence, "I did." And she was like, "What?" And she was like, "Well, you didn't mean it." He's like, "I did. I wanted to tell you later tonight, but I was so excited. I think about it all the time, how much I love you." And I was just like, this nigga thinks that about how much he loves her all the time. And God's gonna send me mine one day, nigga. No, nigga, like, he's gonna send me mine. And I'm just like, it's so magical. Good for them. Good for them. And then they get a little kiss, and then they go about their day to, like, you know, Valentine fucking shit. So God bless them. So beautiful. So cute. So kismet. Magical. And then, so anyways, Ava is at the district, right? And so she's planning and plotting. And here comes Tatiana Ali, the one of the queens of Christmas rom-coms. She got me through the holidays, y'all. Like, most of her shit is either on the Lifetime app or on Amazon Prime. And I was watching most of her Christmas rom-coms on that motherfucking. She got me through the holidays. Like, her and that one girl from the Cosby Show. What's her name? The one that played Rudy. They got me through the fucking holidays, bitch. Here she come, and she's like the rival of Ava and shit. But I don't know if she's like an anime rival where it's like they're not enemies, they're just like rivals and shit, or if she really don't like that bitch and she was out to get her. I don't know for sure yet. I don't know, because she got snarky shit to say, but she hasn't been like seriously malicious or fucked up. But then, like I said in the last video, this show feels like a adult Sesame Street, and every season no big huge drama really happens. And so I'm going with the pattern, and I'm going to say she's an anime rival. In the animes, for those that don't watch animes always have the main character and the rival. And the rival isn't usually the enemy of the main character. It's usually the person that the main character wants to beat and best. And they have this friendly, semi-friendly, semi-like frenemy kind of competition with each other throughout the whole anime. I would say I would use like Naruto and Sasuke as an example, but no, Sasuke went full evil and shit. Like, and the way he treat that pink hair girl and shit, I be telling her, like, you don't need to be with that nigga, girl. Even when he married her in the second one, when they had kids and shit, like, he's still gone for months, don't really give a shit about her, and she just slopping at the floor trying to get him to Sasuke's a piece of shit. You know, I wish they would just let them be gay, because the way Naruto was chasing after Sasuke, even though Sasuke didn't want to be chased after, like, they should just let them niggas be gay. They want to be with each other. That's the issue. Sasuke is a gay man. Or bisexual, but I think fully gay. Or he just don't like that pink haired bitch. Like, I just, that's not a good example, because Sasuke went full evil. I can't think of another example right now, because, you know, I'm feeling myself. But no, I'm not sure if they're like rival. I think they're rivals. So anyway, we're just going to go with rivals for now. So anyways, Tatiana is all happy because she got the number 7, and the number 7 is the group that tends to go right before everyone's dismissed for lunch, and usually the board's more lenient when they go right, because they're pieces of shit. Like it's the bureaucracy, it's the government, it's all of that's trifling. And so Tatiana Ali goes up there and she gives this presentation with a poster board, and she says a poem or whatever, or a quote from Amanda Gorman, and she's just like pouring herself into it. And they smiling like they like it, but then they get all quiet and they're like, well, you know, we'll consider these things for next time. She's literally asking for more books for the students and computers and shit, like things that the school needs. And so, like, Ava thought it was funny, so she was gonna start going bag on Tatiana, but then she sees Tatiana standing over there with her little assistant lackey nigga, and she's crying. She's upset. She's just like, no, these motherfuckers is over here hoarding resources, and they don't care about the students, and da-da-da-da-da. And she's just like, oh, shit, this is real. This ain't about our rivalry and shit. I know, Ava, it's not. It's for the children. I know like how y'all interact is like, but it's about the kids. And so that made Ava rethink making fun of the bitch. And so over the course of this, Jacob, the little student that he got the golf club for, is thriving. He seems happier. He's answering questions in class. It's got Jacob crying. He had like one little tear come down his eye and everything. The students just looking at him like, "Are you crying?" And so he walks out of class, and these other two students are like, "We got shit going on at home too. We want more clubs in the school too." And da 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 da. And he was just like, "I don't know how to. Y'all like gardening?" And it was like, we don't know. You tell us what we like. He's like, "No, that's not my job. I don't." "What's your job then?" "I'm a history teacher." "That's it?" "Yes. Yes." But they carry so many bags because the district isn't trying to pay for nothing. So I'm not surprised that the kids think that they do multiple things, because they do multiple things. I mean, he went to this golf club and got these little children a children golf club that they could go to. And, that's not necessarily what a history teacher does, right? So, like, Jacob is trying to plot and plan. He's trying to figure out, like, what can he do to, like, nudge the budget. And on the other side, Manny is over here. He's back, and he's congratulating Janine and Gregory on their situation and relationship and shit like that. And then he tells Ava that the board or whatever has set aside some money for her school in particular, because she did that ed talk or whatever, for the teachers and stuff. I figured out what's going on with Manny. Manny's high, but he's the high where you take a 5 milligram edible in the morning, every morning before you go to work, and you just chilling all day. That's why he talk like that. That's why he's all smiley and like sound like a little tiny bit like Cheech and Chong. He just more like, which one was the one with the glasses? The one with the glasses. Cheech. No, not Cheech, Mary. Chong. He sound a little bit more like Chong. And I would be like, this nigga's, I know a high nigga because I've worked with high niggas that come to work and either they hit the vape a couple times or they take a 5 milligram edible, and they don't tell nobody, obviously, because, we're not going to be, fired and shit like that. But I've known people like that, and I know what it looks like. So it's not like you're obviously high. You're just like really mellow. He's like, "Oh yeah, man. So how's everybody doing? Hey, Rachel. Hey, Dominique. How y'all doing?" Like nothing bothers this nigga. This nigga's high. That's what's going on. And I don't care what no one says. Manny is walking around high all fucking day. And good for him. You got to do something for that anxiety. And this motherfucker RFK, whatever the fuck, is trying to take away the antidepressants and shit, nigga. So, that might be all we end up having, unless he starts to go after the fucking marijuana. Lord Jesus. They might go after the marijuana, y'all. They might go after the marijuana because it makes us happy, and they just, I hate this fucking place. But anyways, he tells her the district set aside some money for her school, right? So she gonna be the only school there that gets anything because she did that ed talk. So she excited. She just like, but then when she sees how they treating Tatiana's school, she realized this is a popularity contest. They don't even care about these kids or these schools or nothing like that. Fuck these motherfuckers, bitch. And so like, back to Jacob. He's outside during a little break, and he over here and he's talking to these two teachers and shit. And one of the teachers, I think they're non-binary because I seen them on another movie, and then I had looked them up, and then they said they were non-binary. So we're going to just go with them and they and stuff. And so he's talking to this one teacher, and they're like talking about how the roof caved in at their school, and the district didn't want to fix it, but they sent a counselor in once a week to talk to the students about how, they feel about the roof caving in. Like, you can't go to a war zone and not do anything about the war around the children, but occasionally just ask the kids how they feel. Like, that's when therapy's not gonna work, okay? Therapy's not gonna work when you're in an active trauma war zone type situation and there's rain coming in on your head and birds shitting all over your stuff, and that's just fucking wrong. And then he got caught on the word counselor, and I was just like, yes, God, honey. And so he decides that he is going to ask Ava, since they already got the money in the bag, if he can go, ask the district for stuff. So Ava, she's already just disgusted by the whole thing. She just gives him the thing and is like, just go up there and ask, whatever. And so he goes up there and he asks the district for a counselor to come in 3 days a week. And the district gives it to him. I'm just like, yes. I wonder who the counselor is going to be. Like, are they going to be like a famous person, someone already famous? It's going to be like a new person coming in or some shit like that. Who they going to pick for a counselor? That'd be so interesting. And then are they going to have him come in this season? Because we still got a lot of season left, I'm assuming. Like, it's 14, we're on the 14th episode, so I think it goes like 20 something, so that's enough time to bring in a new character and have them just come in occasionally and say some shit and then walk off set and be done on a few episodes here and there. So I'm excited to see it, but I'm just glad. I hope the teachers can use the counselor too, and everybody can use the counselor, and the counselor come 2 or 3 days a week, and magical things. These children are getting the help that they fucking need, because these teachers, just like Melissa said, are not equipped for the mental health issues that these children are experiencing in their home and everyday lives, and they need somebody to talk to. If the teachers ain't gonna get the help, then at least let the kids get the help. I think the teachers gonna talk to the counselor too and shit, because why not? Why wouldn't teachers talk to the counselor? This is a pretend show and shit. Like when I was doing school-based therapy, I didn't like give therapy to the teachers, that I just like would talk to them about the students and stuff. But like this is a pretend show, so the teachers can get counseling from the therapist too, because they need it. Yes, God. So they give it to him, right? And then Ava, before he walks off, Ava goes up there and she says that she wants the rest, because there's still funds left. Like they gave them shit ton of money. Maybe they like 50,000, because it was 25,000 left after he asked for the counselor to come in. So maybe 50 to 75,000 probably altogether. I'm just like, that's a lot of money for this, and I'm for one school. You didn't want to divvy none of that up to the other schools. That's fucked up. And so Ava goes up there, right? And she says she wants the rest of the amenities, the books, the computers, all that stuff, but she wants it all split between the 3 schools that went before her. And the district was pissed off about that, because they don't want to help these fucking kids or these schools or nothing, or they want to do it on their own time, and that time probably means never. And so, like, the schools are happy that Ava did that. And I'm just like, and then afterwards, Tatiana Ali comes up, because Jacob, he can't, oh God. I'm glad he just kept it to himself that the school, that Abbott was getting the extra money from the district, because when Ava turned around and was telling them all of the secrets and shit, I was just looking at Jacob like, you little snitch ass bitch, you better not say shit. No, because he can't keep a secret that fucking save his life. He's a gossip and he's a snitch. But he's getting better, I guess. I have to tolerate this motherfucker. So he's doing things for the children. He got them a therapist. So, we're going to tolerate. Horrible. Oh my gosh. We're going to tolerate this. And so Tatiana comes up to Ava and she's like, it was interesting that, your teacher said that you guys didn't need the material things when he went up there. Like he could have left that part out. I don't give a fuck. See, you opening the door for some bullshit. That's why I'm like, is she a rival or is she a malicious bitch that's gonna try to dig and find out how they got extra shit so she can tell on them or some shit? I'm gonna lean towards rival still, because like I said, the pattern isn't saying that dramatic things happen in a show like that. So I'm still gonna lean more towards rival than towards malicious bitch that don't like you. But she did bring it up, and she was like, I noticed that. And Ava just looking at her and shit. And then Ava walked over to the rest of the teachers, and then she grabbed this nigga Jacob by the neck. And I was like, yes, bitch. I want to drag that nigga too, girl. And she was like, you on my shit list, because you went up there and asked for some shit that you didn't even talk to me about and shit. So now you gonna get the full fury and rage. You gonna be the one that's gonna be bothered from now on. And so Jacob's like low key scared or whatever, but whatever. He got a therapist for the school, so it's fine. And then Manny come up with his like, this nigga's high. I promise you, if you watch his character from a perspective of him being high, it will make sense. Like a low grade high, though. Not like, oh, he's blowed out of his fucking mind high, but like 5 milligrams tops once a day in the morning before he goes to work. And he's just walking around the friendliest, happiest motherfucker you ever did see. And you don't know why. That's why when he was in the other season, I was just like, something's off about. Why is he so happy? What the fuck is wrong with him? And now I know, because he's high. And I cannot be mad at it. I'm not. Now, see, now I don't dislike Manny. Now I'm just like, you know what, nigga? Vibes. It must be very hard to work at a school district that's hoarding resources from the students, and you have to just go along to get along and shit like that when inside you're dying because you know that these students can't get the help that they need. I'm just gonna be blowed all day. Like, I'm just gonna do my work and keep my smile on my face and try to just go along to get along because I don't feel like being bothered by all of this traumatic things that I have to experience at work every single day. That's a vibe, Manny, and I power to the people. I hope this nigga doesn't take away our marijuanas and shit, bitch. So Manny comes up and he tells them that the district's mad because Ava gave shit to the other schools and blah, blah. And I'm just like, these evil motherfuckers, them. You mad because she shared the wealth. You mad because niggas is sharing the wealth and helping each other out and standing up for the children. You evil motherfuckers, you. And you only mad because it makes you look bad. But you shouldn't have been doing that shit in the first place. You some evil motherfuckers. So now they gotta watch their back because the district's gonna be on their ass and be looking for anything. So it's kind of like a setup, like almost like they're gonna find out about Ava taken from the golf course. They might. I don't know. They might find out. But like I said, it still goes back to the other seasons where the big drama never really happened. So it could happen, and maybe the big drama never really happened just because we had the writer's strike and all that other shit was happening, and so they couldn't or the writers and the acting strike and all that other stuff, and so they really couldn't do nothing. And then the third season was cut short and shit like that. So even if they did have that issue with the charter school and shit like that, like they didn't have a full season to really flesh that out. So maybe there'll be some drama this season, but I don't know. I don't want it to be. I wanted this to be a calm show. Like I was seeing people comment on the Abbott Elementary page, and it was all like, I don't like how it was one of those fan pages, and one person was like, I don't know, I just don't like how Gregory and Janine are just so at ease. I want some drama. I want some he said, she said, and I'm just like, girl, that's toxic. That's because we've been taught that toxicity is love, and that's not it. And you need to learn a new way. This is the new way. This is the right way. This nigga listened to her when she brought her problems to him, and he acknowledged that he loves her. What nigga does that? Okay, I'm not saying they're not out there. I'm just saying I have never experienced no black man in real life loving a black woman like that. I've seen it on the television, and some celebrities, appear to have the aesthetic of that. Like, Russell and Sierra, they have the aesthetic. Now, I don't know them people, so I don't know 100% if that is real or not. But I'm going to go with the aesthetic and say that I want whatever that aesthetic is, I want that in my real life. Whatever that is, where she can just be free in the world and twerk on Instagram, and this nigga is just shrouding her with love, and he knows that she's not going to go anywhere, and he just lets her be her fucking self, and all. I want that. So I don't care if it's not real for them. I want that for myself. So, I don't know what's going to happen. But it was just nice to see. And now I feel more calm about Manny because I'm just like, I can dig that. I can dig that Manny is just walking around high. That makes sense. That does. That makes a lot of sense. Going back to the beginning when he first walked onto this show, let's see more Manny. Now he's making me feel calm now when I see him because he's exuding calm. The calmness is real. It's real because he's high. At first I couldn't genuinely believe that he was just that nice And maybe he's not high. He's high on. I hate when people do that, and I'll be like seeing obviously that people are high, and they just be like, I'm high on life, and I'm just like, I mean, marijuana isn't even bad like that. Like, yeah, you can get addicted to it, but you got to try really, really hard to get addicted to marijuana. Like, why are you? Why you? Whatever, nigga. Manny's high. Let's see more of that. Let's see more Manny just walking around, stoner gaze with a little smile on his face. Yes, yes. I need Manny to be a stoner. But yeah, I'm excited for the counselor. I want to see what happens. They may introduce them this season or next season. If they do it like real life, the way the district actually does shit, because they don't just give you shit off top like that. What they do, especially because I work in schools, and when they would do IEPs and shit, and they would drag that shit out to the point where the kids didn't have a IEP meeting. They would put them on the books for an IEP meeting in maybe like the spring semester, and they will in the beginning of the spring semester. Let's go far out, and they wouldn't get their IEP meeting till the end of the fucking fall semester. They wouldn't get their accommodations till the next spring semester, shit like that. So it would make sense if they didn't get a counselor till the next season. But I'm excited to see if they just get a counselor now. Like, what? Fuck it. Like, let's see. I want to see the kids get help. I want to see the adults get the help, and I want to see everybody be helped because they got some shit going on and they need that fucking help. But anyways, they're not having a show next week, so I'll do like a movie or a show or some shit like that. I don't know. I might do Keke Palmer movie and shit. Like, that they said that was funny and shit, and I haven't watched it yet, so I'm gonna watch it and see what's going on, and then I might do that, or I might do something else and shit like that. I'm not gonna promise, because when I promise and then I end up actually watching some other shit, and I'll be like, oh no, I want to do this, and it'll be like some movie from like the 80s or the 90s or some shit. I want to do this, so we'll see what happens. But most likely the Keke Palmer movie one of them days, but if not that, something else. I don't fucking know. But I'm so happy they got a therapist. See, they need that. Like, why wouldn't you have that? Like, off top, the first season, like why is there no like just a regular school counselor? That's what I want to know too. Like, most schools have school counselors. The school counselors that just sit in the office and divvy up your classes, and you can go to them and you can talk to them. They're not therapists, but they're like school counselors that like work with your classes and assign you stuff, and you can sometimes talk to them about things, and they're assigned to like the letter J students in the school. Like, you got like 3 or 4 of them, and one's assigned to the letter A through something, and the next one is assigned the letter A, something do something and stuff like that. So I'm even wondering, why don't they have school counselors, like just regular school counselors and stuff? Like, even though the district is like trash and shit like that, like most schools have school. I'm in California though, so like maybe schools around the United States don't be having school counselors and shit. I don't fucking know. But to just have a therapist come in and talk to these kids and help them through their day and shit like that, that's magical, and I'm excited to see how that works out. But anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this show, and I don't know, I just love that Janine and Gregory love each other so much. Girl, if some shit like that happened to me and a nigga said he loved me, I was thinking about it. I was just like, I would start sobbing. I would just be like, you love me? You really? I would get vertigo, y'all. I would just like pass out and be like, oh God, catch me. Like, cause no, it's just like some shit that you just never seen before, and it's amazing. It's just amazing. Like, I be getting the married niggas, the crazy niggas, the niggas that just stand there and stare at you and never say shit to you. Like, it would be a relief to finally, like, because I don't want to act like I'm, pedestalizing niggas and shit. But it's like, I got this everything I really need, and like, I get to travel, like, in the name of Jesus though, because all this stuff I wouldn't have without him. But like, the travel, I get to eat good food, I have a shelter, I have, my cat, like, I have most of what I need, and it's like that's that one missing piece. So it's like when you get to see it, and you ain't never seen that type of healthy nigga before, it's just, I done seen a horse fly, I done seen a dragon fly, but I ain't never ever seen an elephant fly, my nigga. And I would ride that motherfucker to the moon and back. Yes, I would. Anyways, I hope you like this episode. Comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. And later days.